Hi everyone, it's a beautiful day and I want to find somewhere to mount my phone, but I just want to take some time to talk today. I currently have taken a step away from social media for Lent, and I'm definitely feeling more clarity and closer to God. It's also been a little while in my standards since I've made a video, so I'm really looking forward to this. Um, and I just want to, really just be intentional here. No script, no timeline, just my camera, myself, and God's creation and God. I finally managed to clear my storage off of my phone, so it'll be nice to be able to do a video uninterrupted for once. And I don't really have a specific direction for this video. You might hear that and think, well, why are you making it then? I find a lot of direction in just searching my mind and exploring ideas. I think today I want to talk about self-care in a Christian sense, and maybe pair that with caring for others in a Christian regard. Earlier I was at a coffee shop and I enter and there's no one there. Then I sit down and I mess around on my phone, probably 10 minutes, 15 minutes. No, I was not on social media. And then I go back to the line and there was a line formed now, and the line was out the door, and I decided to sort of just stand by the line, and this gentleman is at the very end in the door, so I sort of just hover near the door, and just try to squeeze in the line, and then another gentleman walks in, and he's just in the door, and then I'm like shimmying in, and we get in line and we're waiting, and this lady asks him something about like if he's in line or something, and the gentleman says, "No, go ahead. He cut in front of me already." So I sort of just, without thinking, just turn around and um, I say, "No, sir. I was here. I didn't want to block you in the door, so I thought I would stand here. I didn't want to invade your personal space." And he didn't really have a direct response to that. And while I always speak the truth, if I had have just been cutting him off to, I don't know, maybe seek a reaction or to just cut him in line, I guess maybe I would have just said that, but that was my direct reasoning anyway. And to be fair, maybe he didn't know that most times we're not going to really think about that when we're entering somewhere. So anyway, I just I knew I had to give him the spot, right? Because that's the right thing to do. An older gentleman, you know, I have nowhere to be. He might have somewhere really important to be. So I let him go ahead of me. And yeah, like, did I get a appreciation? No. But did I do the thing that Christ would want me to do? I think so. I think so. And the moral of the story that I'm getting to here, the topic of the story I'm getting to, is how can we take this coffee shop scenario and apply it in our everyday life? Coffee shop is a part of our everyday life, but how can we be that person that lets others in the line in life, right? Because it doesn't just apply to a coffee shop. This really, when you think about it, this applies to our entire lives. There's going to be challenges. There's going to be things that create conflict. There's going to be conflict. There's going to be things that create challenge, and it's about identifying that conflict and managing it and having healthy communication, right? Communicating not only our understanding and our boundaries, but also showing empathy and compassion for the other person, and using those to come to a conclusion and to resolve your conflict. For me, it's just a coffee shop, right? But this could be so many things. This could be a relationship. This could be your job. This could be your life. Our relationships, our finances, our house, let's say, our car, those kind of things. This could be something really important to you. There's going to be conflict with everything. You know, I at the moment I have a lot of let's say things I need to address financially. Things like refunds and all that, I need to keep up with, because if you don't, right, if you miss that window, it's pretty much on you, and it's not a great feeling, right? So we do have to be able to address our conflicts, whether it's a coffee shop, whether it's a refund, or whether it's something more serious. I'm just gonna pause here. I know for me, something that's huge is the incredible people I've been blessed with these past 6 months. They know who they are. You know who you are. Just whether it's someone I'm meeting for the first time, whether it's someone I'm meeting at a mall, whether it's someone I'm meeting at church, I love them. I love them all the same. And it's so important to be able to have healthy communication. There's going to be things that we don't agree with. There's going to be things that challenge us. And practicing empathy and communication and those things are so important. There was someone that I was seeing. Let's call her Julia. And Julia and I, we just started out as friends, right? And this girl was just initially, when we met, she was messaging me, calling me, interested, right? And I had no intention. Not gonna lie. Like I just had no intention. I was all caught up in like academic studying, work, and I just started. I would respond, but I would just sort of be dismissive. No, in a polite way, but I would just be dismissive. Right? Like she would just ask me to do basic things, and I would say, yeah, maybe. I didn't see the point. And as we continued to get to know each other better, there came a moment where I just felt something change within my friendship with this person. It was, yeah, like not even friendship. It was, yeah, like acquaintance, friendship, let's say. And all of a sudden, this was just a bond that I felt. And to this day, this was many, like a long time ago, this bond has not left. It's kind of crazy. And I think looking back on why we were able to have this bond, A, we're just going to be compatible with some people more than others, but B, her communication skills were so good. She is so good at communicating how she feels and communicating her feelings and her emotions. Like really good. And there's something in me that I just really respect that, and it made not only where we stood very clear, but it also made me feel heard and understood. And I think that just is something that I was not used to be honest, with most relationships. And I'll just be very transparent. I have not been on many dates. I haven't had that many relationships. Not many. So this was just so refreshing. And although we're not together right now, I really do respect her. And yeah, she was such a positive influence on me. So I think that just goes to show the power of healthy communication, right? And maintain healthy communication while maintaining respect and empathy for that person and love for that person. And sure, it's like God says, right? It's easy to love the person that flatters you, but the time when it really stands out, when we're really built in our faith, is when it's loving people that we, in our human nature, don't instinctively think to love, right? Things that challenge us, people that maybe overstep boundaries, whatever it may be, that's going to happen. And we are humans, we make mistakes, right? You got to remember that we have also been that person that could have overstepped boundaries, or we could have been a little more patient than we were, right? So, man, it really just is a beautiful day. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought. So this goes to show how important communication is. And what are some ways we can, like practical ways that we can improve our communication? Take it from me, I definitely have worked on my communication, and I've definitely seen an improvement. But a lot of us struggle with clear communication, okay? That's very common, very common. It's not overnight, right? The first thing is it's not overnight, it's practice. Whether it's just communicating, it really starts with identifying what you're feeling. Okay, am I feeling frustrated? Am I feeling joyful? Am I feeling impatient? Am I feeling positive? Am I feeling motivated? Am I feeling encouraged? Am I feeling determined? Am I feeling distant? Whatever it may be, identifying that. We're not even talking about sharing it. We're talking about identifying that emotion, right? Identifying it and stepping in and intervening over that feeling. And then asking why. Why do I feel this emotion? Why do I feel angry? Why do I feel frustrated? Why do I feel impatient? Right? And we can think about what have we experienced today? Because sometimes it'll be something causing that frustration that we aren't even consciously thinking of. Yeah. Like, typically, the majority of the people that you encounter that are displeasant with you, there's a reason for that. They have encountered something or someone that has challenged them, and they have not addressed that, potentially, right? So that's, I think for me, identifying that in itself is where the compassion can come in. But we have to start with ourselves, right? So it's so crucial to identify our emotions and then intervene in them. And that allows us to really, I think, develop an understanding of what causes us to feel frustrated, what causes us to feel positive, what causes us to feel angry, displeased, happy. So yeah, and it can look different for all of us. I know with me, you know, like the example I gave, right? So we could be in a coffee shop and we're in a hurry and there's a long line, right? It's not fun. It's not fun if we have somewhere to go. It could be someone's taking your car. I know my parents graciously have let me use their car a lot, and I can definitely tell when I've taken the car too long. There's so many different things. So identifying your emotions, excuse me, identifying your emotions is so important, and then communicating them to those around you, and just having grace for yourself, having compassion for yourself. When you have that compassion for yourself, you can start to have compassion for others. And that's where self-care comes in as well. Practicing self-care with compassion, right? Like, whatever your self-care may be. I know for me, the gym is amazing. I also really have gotten into massages as well. Getting a fresh haircut is awesome. Being out in nature with a little waterfall is great. That's like awesome. I love that. And just being patient with yourself, giving yourself rest, and also allowing yourself to do the things that you enjoy, right? There's always going to be an opinion on something. There's 8 billion people in the world. There's always going to be an opinion on something, a positive and negative opinion. So when you hear the quote, "Do what makes you happy," I kind of agree with that. I'm not gonna lie. Like, what does bring you joy? What's the direction that God wants you to be in? The direction God has for you will feel not easy. It's not going to be a walk in the park all the time. But does it bring you long-lasting fulfillment and joy? Do you feel like you're contributing to your purpose? If it's the plan God has you on, it will feel right. It will just feel right. Not easy, but right. Yeah. I hope this sits with you. I hope this sits well with you. I'm really enjoying my time away from social media. You're probably wondering, well, how are you posting this then? The simple answer is, I don't consider YouTube social media, okay? That's my opinion because I'm a creator. So I just don't believe that it's social media when you're a creator. It is. But like, I'm not consuming. So for me, the abstinence is more taking a step away from consuming social media so that I can focus my attention more on God. And I've been able to do that. So I really want to be able to provide this type of content because the amount of fulfillment it brings me, again, I never said it's easy. It brings me fulfillment and it brings me long-lasting joy. That's why I do it. To see the joy and the value that others get is all the fulfillment I need. With that being said, thank you all for listening to today's little talk. I will be starting a podcast very soon, and I hope you all are super blessed. Be blessed, and yeah, be blessed as you go about the rest of your day.